Welcome back. Let's play some 10-minute games here on Shogi Wars. Good luck. The 5e Vanguard pawn is the strategic point. Now, I'm going to monologue a little bit, so it's wonderful to have this knowledge. 5e refers to the square here. And this proverb is about having a vanguard pawn on that square, a pawn that takes control of the territory in front of it. There surely is a better explanation or a better way to explain Vanguard that I'm just not thinking of at the moment. However, I think a simple explanation like that might suffice for today. But yeah, some might nitpick that, as I would, that 5e, the center square, that's a square, not a pawn. And therefore we could refer to 5e as being a square, but the pawn on 5e controlling the territory in front of it is of great value. Now, I would suggest to those pedants out there who would suggest this, yes, surely that's what the proverb intends to explain, right? That if you can establish control of the center and can use that to attack more squares, surely that's like the sentiment of this translated proverb. You don't need a perfect translation to understand partial wisdom from this English translation. Like, it took me a while to understand another proverb having to do with dropping a knight on the 4th rank, being aggressive at attacking the 6th and 8th ranks. And how you could drop a knight on the 4th, and that could support a knight drop on the 6th rank. Like, that's not immediately obvious from a reading of the translation of the proverb. And there is a book of Proverbs, if I'm not mistaken. I put that in my YouTube video description, explaining if you want more information. Here's a reference guide. Feel free to find and purchase said guide. But even an imperfect translation such as the one I present surely still bears some wisdom, and we can still learn from it, even if it's not a perfect translation. So that's me monologuing for 4 minutes about we can still learn as a community, as an English-speaking player base, with the resources that are already at our disposal. There's no need for a perfect solution. Alright, so how do we work this? If I take and I drop here, this is the line that Shogi Dad freaks out when he sees. Maybe I should too. I don't know. If I do silver up, takes, I'm not winning this square. Plus silver up subjects the silver to an attack, so like I have to defend like this. If I do pawn drop, they do pawn drop, and I haven't gained from that. So do I just push? I think pushing here looks sensible enough. If they drop a pawn, I can just sit here. So that's not the answer. If they advance this, I can, again, just... Well, no, I have to take and then drop a pawn. And so they get a promoted rook. But meanwhile, I've got an initiative, so... an initiative is a good thing. Perhaps I have a pawn drop here and here or something to split the rook from defending the silver. I don't think I have... I don't think I quite have that. It would be nice to have that. We'll add that in the wishful thinking column. Do I just put my rook on this file now? Pawn drop, silver takes, gold takes is not perfect. Well, actually, this is really nice. Let's do it. Oh wait, their bishop... We're about to see why 5e is such a strategic point on this board. Yeah, if they advance the bishop, I can just push pawn 5e. And if I get cut off, I can do more stuff. So my bishop and silver and rook all support this attack. Oh! Since I have a triple attack, this is unnecessary. I could have just exchanged here directly instead of making things complicated. Anyway, this is fine. I could attack the bishop and then use my silver to defend this point if I'm concerned about defense. Perhaps I should be quite concerned here. Do I hit the bishop and then defend this
7
point?
分。
Pawn... No, that stops them from promoting their silver. Yeah, I'm gonna do this strange thing. Even though I could, in theory, drop another pawn... Welcome. I could, in theory, drop another pawn here instead of trying to defend this point, but a little defense seems sensible here. If only because I can get away with this. What's going on here? I can retreat my silver? Strange. Perhaps I'm walking into a trap here, but I don't see the trap. I could have looked, but I am just morbidly curious. And yes, morbid does refer to death. But I am curious, even to the point of losing this game, if this is playable. So if bishop takes, I drop a pawn, thereby gaining a tempo. Um, that's a third pawn. I think we're both confused, but I think my opponent is more confused than I am. Um, Pawns are also great at blocking bishops. Even if that results in a pawn sacrifice. But if it does not, then I'm like controlling space on the opponent's side of the board, just as they're controlling space here. Actually, silver drop is kind of tricky. So they have two silver generals they can drop. If they drop one here, I think I just take this gold. Although I could run away. Running away looks even more profitable. Well, I don't know. That's not dropping a silver. Hmm.
5分
Well, let's... Oh, hang on. Yeah, let's do the obvious move here. If silver drop here, I might be able to just take that. Come on. What's going on here? Third silver. Alright, I chase the king. Gold is still hanging. That's not a gold. Um... Silver, run, silver, run, silver, keep running. Welcome. We're doing okay. Learning Shogi one move at a time. That's a cool move. This is an equally cool move, and hopefully one that works. Checkmate in one. Did I miss mate in one? If I missed mate in one, I'm still not seeing it. Yeah. I've got a lot of space protected here. speeding. One down, two to go. Good luck. So again, today's proverb is about the 5-5 point, or rather establishing a pawn on 5-5. Against this move order, I've been playing this cowardly response. Yeah. I do what I can. I greatly appreciate the lessons received over the years. So it's only fair that I try to do something fun. Alright, so this apparently is Masuda's system. Or so I hear. I have a lot to learn. Okay. Let's activate my rook. Well, I think this is a shape. What's going on here, man? Is this really how this goes? What to do? There is a proverb about not moving the king onto the bishop's diagonal, but, like, I have to do something here. Not check. I'm just attacking a rook. This is why you don't move the center pawn. It's because of this nasty bishop drop. And now the rook cannot go back. I've been hit by that before. Do I exchange? No. Yeah, that's clever. I still have a pawn in hand, so if they sack the silver, I'm fine. Do I force the matter here? Maybe. Um... Let's go attack the king. Free silver.
7分
Can't say no to that. Free bishop. Yeah, admittedly, like you can see from the globe I put in my overlay, you can see whether or not I managed to be consistent the timing of my live stream. I'm doing okay, but I could do better. Check. Okay. Note, just because something's attacked doesn't mean you have to take it. Saint checkers. Oh, they're threatening all kinds of forks down here if I'm not careful. Maybe I should be careful. Uh, so I have a pawn I can drop against this lance, whether they hit it over here or whether it hits over here. I'll take the rook. This is another fork. So, collect a piece. I'm trying to hit this point. We'll get there. It would be nice to hit the king more directly, but let's see what we can do. What am I concerned about with that? They have too many pawns. Alright, let's make use of my other pieces. If silver takes... silver takes threatens a knight drop. They can do away with the knight drop.
5分。
Hmm. Well, that answers that question. Pawn, pawn. I only have 2 pawns. That's interesting. I could start with this pawn if knight takes. Might be doing awesome. Oh, wait a second. This is what we wanted the pawns for. Yes, I was planning this the whole time. Knight takes is forced. Because if they do that, I can hit the silver. And if the silver moves, this square is open. And we're doing fine. We're doing just fine. Horse is quite useful as a defensive piece. But it's also defending my rook. What to do? Do I need my rook? Hmm. Yeah, we'll use this gold. It's fine. I smell checkmate.
$2分30秒
Alright, let's use my dragon.
2分
Check. 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 Thanks for getting 2 down, 1 to go. Good luck. Is this how this line goes? I don't remember. I really don't remember. This might be a good line to learn. Nope, I have no idea. This is it, right? Everything's fine. Hmm. Ah! Okay, that's why this is not fine. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, if I just look this up, I'm sure it would be a good thing to know. Like, he's shown it so many times, and I just don't know it. Now I'm reminded of a song, I Did It My Way.
7分、
Oh dear. Well, um, surely there's a better way. If nothing else, they have this bishop drop down here, which hits my rook, and you'd think I would feel pain from that. Um, this is fine. Totally fine. What could possibly go wrong? See, I've got the square covered. Would you look at that? Just in time. A gold general. Okay, this is an experience. Um, okay then, let's go. This is smart, right? What could go wrong? Uh, okay. Man. This is special.
5分、
Alright, we'll play a defensive move. That blocks my bishop. I was so tempted to drop the gold down here and take and see like what the heck happens. But I don't think that works out. somewhat up in the air is what if they drop a gold general here. Yeah. So I have to run. Okay. What are they threatening? What are they threatening? And is it best to just leave the knight where it is? Let's try that. My bishop has been removed. Wait a second. If my king can make it into this corner, it's maybe a big if, but then I'm doing great. Before they can line up both bishops on this square, I ask this bishop kindly to move. Capturing is forced, isn't it? Is it bad? It looks bad. Let's go. I'm not seeing... I'm just blind to whatever the threat is here.
3分。2 分30秒。
Gold drop is powerful. Yeah, I should have just run. Oops. not sure if running works. Or would have worked. Now my rook is defended. fork. Alright, you can have my rook. I'll allow it.
2分
Thanks for That's 3 games. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.